The necklace of the river goddess. In the heart of an ancient African kingdom, a mighty river called Nyoka wound its way through the lush green lands, its waters sparkling like molten silver under the sun. The people of the land believed the river was home to Mami Nyoka, the goddess of the waters, who guarded its treasures and protected the balance of life. Among her many treasures was a necklace made of the purest river pearls and emeralds, said to hold the power of rain and prosperity. The tale begins with a man named Bakari, a fisherman with a heart as restless as the river's currents. Though his nets were always full, and his family never went hungry, Bakari longed for wealth and fame. He had heard the legends of Mami Nyoka's necklace, and his greed whispered that if he could steal it, he would become richer than the king himself. One fateful night, Bakari set out in his canoe under the cover of darkness. The river was eerily calm, as if it sensed his intentions. Armed with a knife and a net, he paddled to the deepest part of the river, where it was said Mami Nyoka's palace lay hidden beneath the waters. As he cast his net, he sang a lullaby to distract the goddess, a trick he had learned from the village elders who warned never to disturb the river spirits. Slowly, a shimmering figure emerged from the water. Mami Nyoka was breathtaking, her skin glowing like moonlight and her hair flowing like ebony waves. Around her neck hung the fabled necklace, gleaming with an otherworldly light. "Why do you summon me, fisherman?" she asked, her voice like the rushing river. Bakari bowed low, feigning humility. "O great goddess, I have come to offer you the finest fish from my catch, hoping only for your blessing." Mami Nyoka smiled and extended her hand to accept the gift. In that moment, Bakari lunged forward and tore the necklace from her neck. Bakari hurriedly left her sight. Few hours later, the goddess let out a cry that echoed through the heavens, and the river roared to life. Bakari leaped into his canoe and paddled furiously, clutching the necklace to his chest. Behind him, the waters churned and rose into towering waves, but he reached the shore and fled into the jungle. The curse unfolds. Bakari returned to his village, hiding the necklace in his hut. He intended to sell it to a wealthy trader who visited the kingdom once a year. But from the moment he stole the necklace, strange misfortunes began to plague him. The river, once abundant, became dry and lifeless. His nets came up empty, and the crops in the village withered. His family fell ill, and his friends turned their backs on him, accusing him of angering the gods. One night, as Bakari sat alone in his darkened hut, the air grew cold and the sound of rushing water filled the room. Mami Nyoka appeared before him, her eyes blazing with fury. "You have stolen what is sacred," she said. "The river's life is bound to this necklace. Without it, the land will perish. Return it, or face the wrath of the waters." But Bakari, blinded by greed, refused. He clutched the necklace tighter and shouted, "This is mine now. You cannot take it back." The goddess raised her hands, and a great flood engulfed the village. Bakari tried to flee, but the waters followed him wherever he ran. Finally, he was dragged beneath the surface, the necklace still clutched in his hand. When the waters receded, the village found itself renewed. The river flowed freely once more, and life returned to the land. But Bakari was never seen again. The elders say that he still wanders the depths of the river, cursed to guard the necklace he once stole. On quiet nights, if you listen closely, you can hear his mournful cries echoing through the waters. From that day forward, the villagers offered prayers and gifts to Mami Nyoka, ensuring the balance of nature remained undisturbed. And they passed down the tale of Bakari, a cautionary story of greed, reverence, and the unyielding power of the goddess of the river. As time passed, the legend of Bakari and the cursed necklace grew into a warning for all who lived near the river. Elders recounted the tale by the fireside, their voices low and grave, warning the young to respect the balance of nature and to never let greed cloud their judgment. A new protector. The river flourished once again under the guardianship of Mami Nyoka. Fish returned in abundance, the crops thrived, and rains blessed the village. Yet, the goddess remained watchful, for she knew that human hearts could easily be swayed by desire. To prevent another tragedy, she imbued the necklace with a powerful spell. Only those with pure intentions and a deep connection to the river's harmony could ever approach it again. One day, a young girl named Abeni, known for her kindness and wisdom beyond her years, ventured to the river to offer her prayers. The villagers had noticed that the river seemed to respond to her presence. Its waters grew calmer, and its bounty richer whenever she visited. Some whispered that Mami Nyoka herself had chosen Abeni as her messenger. Abeni's vision. One quiet evening, as Abeni knelt by the riverbank with her offering of flowers, the waters shimmered, and Mami Nyoka appeared before her. Unlike the tales of fury and vengeance, the goddess now seemed serene and radiant, her eyes filled with hope. "Abeni," the goddess said, her voice like the rushing current, "the river has chosen you to be its protector. Will you accept this burden, to safeguard the balance and ensure the greed of men does not harm it again?" Abeni, though overwhelmed, nodded solemnly. "I will do all that I can, great goddess." With a wave of her hand, Mami Nyoka granted Abeni a gift, a simple pendant of water and light that glowed faintly against her chest. This pendant allowed Abeni to sense disturbances in the river's harmony and communicate with the goddess. One fateful day, the village faced another challenge. A group of merchants from distant lands arrived, seeking to exploit the river's resources. They came with promises of wealth, but sought to dredge the waters and take its bounty for themselves. Fearing for the river's future, Abeni sought guidance from Mami Nyoka. The goddess instructed her to retrieve the cursed necklace from the riverbed, where it lay guarded by Bakari's restless spirit. Armed with her courage and her connection to the river, Abeni ventured into the depths. As she approached, Bakari's shadowy form appeared, his eyes filled with sorrow and regret. "You have come for the necklace," Bakari's voice echoed, carrying a hint of remorse. "Take it, but do not let greed destroy you as it did me." Abeni reached out and grasped the glowing necklace. The moment she touched it, she felt the weight of its power but also the pain of Bakari's curse. Whispering a prayer for his soul, she carried it back to the surface. With the necklace in hand, Abeni confronted the merchants, her voice steady and resolute. "This river is not yours to take. Its gifts are meant to sustain life, not to satisfy greed." The merchants, faced with the undeniable power of the necklace and the river's restless currents, left in fear. The villagers, inspired by Abeni's courage, vowed to protect the river and honor its balance for generations to come. As the years passed, Abeni became the heart of the village, her pendant and the necklace serving as symbols of the bond between the people and the river. Mami Nyoka remained a guiding presence, her story intertwined with the lives of those who respected the delicate balance of nature. And deep beneath the waters, Bakari's spirit found peace, no longer cursed to wander but instead watching over the river alongside the goddess, a reminder of the price of greed and the power of redemption.